Hello, everybody, and welcome to Solar FPV. And my name is Anas, and this is day 3 of the pushback. And there's been a lot of comments on my videos lately, and I'm appreciative of all of your comments. You are really actually helping. I know a lot of you people out there don't have YouTube channels and don't make videos and stuff, but it is actually really simple to make a YouTube channel and start talking about this topic. Anybody who has a Gmail can have a YouTube channel. It's really, really simple. Let me just get my drink, because yeah, it's Sunday. It's the weekend. I didn't go fly yesterday, unfortunately, because there was just so much stuff going on online that I just kept on answering all your comments and stuff, and yeah, just dealing with this whole issue and thinking about this issue. And the more I think about it, the more I think that the FAA are just shooting themselves in the foot for the future, and generally shooting the whole industry of aeronautics and drones and RC airplanes and autonomous flight vehicles and you name it, all this stuff. They're shooting themselves in the foot. What they don't realize is that all these technologies start somewhere. Most of these technologies actually come from private people who invent these things and then start getting them into production and become a company, due to personal interests and people who are in the hobby. And I mean, Amazon and Google and all these, they wouldn't be able to make delivery drones if there weren't any toy companies that had made toy drones. And it's just silly. I don't think anybody out there is talking about the noise that these drones that are going to be zooming over your heads in the cities, the extra noise that is going to give. And also out somewhere where you think it's nice and quiet. Now you're living out there in your perfect little urban neighborhood full of white people. Oh God, sorry. You know what I mean? You're going to have a lot of noise. It's just going to be, what if one of these drone highways comes over your head? You can do nothing about it. They own the space. They can fly fucking 50 meters over your house. What if one of these drone highways, because there's just some stupid idiot that just gets delivered every fucking hour, or there's just one place, Beverly Hills, let's say, they keep ordering. Let's just say this. Let's say it gets really popular with these delivery drones, and all of a sudden they have thousands of them. These delivery drones are really big. They have big propellers, and they're very, very noisy. It's like lawnmowers flying in the sky. So if you don't want a lawnmower, and hey, you know what? They'll be able to deliver 24/7. If you thought the noise from the local highway that you live close by weren't enough, then, I mean, the traffic ministry and FFA, you're going to get so many complaints about noise that eventually you're going to have to stop your operation. There is no way of making drones less noisy in that size if they have to carry a payload. It's stupid. Have you seen the size of the drones that taxi people? Have you heard the noise from them? No, they don't want to advertise about the sound. They don't, because they know that then everybody would just cut funding for them. So I think we should try and address this issue as well, that noise pollution. There's going to be some serious noise pollution, like in the areas where these drones are going to be flying. These delivery, because it's all about these delivery drones. We know. They're open about it. It is about this. We've known this for years, some of us. And yeah, so if I was in America, right, let's say we're in the RD tag era, I guess I would be gay. I guess I'm ready to go fly FPV then, right? I just need my gear. I need my gun. I don't even need a gun license. Right, this is not a real gun, by the way. This is just a model from Springfield Armory. BB gun. But hypothetically, this would now be part of my FPV gear, just in case. I mean, recently on Ken Heron's channel, there was one of his mates, I can't remember his name. I'm really sorry, dude, if you're watching this. I love you both to bits. I know you all have the 107 and stuff. But I know he got hassled by a guy just pulling off the road, doing his job, trying to film a property, and some guy came down with a gun and chased him off with a gun. And that's without remote ID. There's a real serious, dangerous issue here if you implement this. It's going to be stupid. Not just that, but the future of like your employees. You're like, thank you very much. That is, if you're implementing this, I mean, I'm just going to say thank you very much. You're going to destroy the hobby in America, and here in Europe we're getting looser regulations, so we're going to be able to develop all the things that you're going to want. So there's going to be lots of jobs for us. So yeah, I think my bag is already packed. I'm actually ready. I'll just have to get a new gun as soon as I get there, right? Because it's America, and you can just go in and buy one. Maybe you have to wait a bit, but or maybe you can't get the bullets right away. But I mean, you can go to a freaking mall and get a gun, all right? But you're not allowed to fly. Let me just get a toy for you. So you're not allowed to fly like FPV, first person view, live feed, that has a delay of milliseconds, which is practically no delay, in something like this. It's just silly. It's silly. It's stupid. The whole idea of FPV was that when you go down in size in like a low craft like this, unless it has really bright colors like this, and you can see the propeller's colors, you don't really know which way it's oriented when you get 10, 15 meters away from you anymore. So the 250 gram limit doesn't make any sense either. I mean, a larger craft would be much easier to see line of sight when you're flying. And you have to have some distance between you and other people if you're flying, because safety, fucking sake. So make FPV legal. Change this whole BVLOS shit. You're so far behind. You're so far behind. You don't know what these things are capable of now. This is an FPV drone, right? And I fly this FPV, and I'm gonna continue flying FPV. I live in Denmark. I know I have to have a spotter. I'm not gonna say if I have one or not. Find me. Find out. I'm not gonna have an ID tag. I'm not gonna comply with any of these laws. Why should I? There's no logical, necessary safety reason why I should. There's no reason why anybody should. It's just some laws that are put in place to try and restrict the hobby. That's it. To sell the airspace for money. And that's pretty much what they're going to try and do now. And this is just the first stage of things they're rolling out. They keep saying 2024, and then they're not saying that that these laws are going to be like this forever. These laws are loose. These can be changed. Right? So I don't care about the BVLOS laws and all this stuff right now, because they don't really know what direction they're going. So we can't really take any precautions. Like here in Europe, they're saying they say 2024 is going to be there are some laws coming in Europe as well. We also got some laws here. Now, for example, you're not allowed to fly really heavy craft within the city limits. So like, that's why everybody flying 5-inch and stuff like that weighs over a kilo and a half. I can't really remember the laws, and you can go and check them out, the European drone laws, that they've been changed over a couple of years, and they're actually quite sensible, because they actually just think about, okay, what's the worst thing that can happen with a drone? Is it flies down and damages a person. Property, fuck it. We have insurances for that. That can happen as well. Cars drive into each other every day. Come on, man. The main danger is something really heavy, weighing 1.5 kilos, like a brick or something, that lands on the head of somebody, at a speed of 60 or 100 kilometers an hour. When it drops, whatever, things can happen, right? That's kind of a danger. So when you have craft that heavy, obviously there should be some safety precautions implemented. But other than that, you don't need the GPS tag thing. It's not needed. All these pilots that build their own FPV drones and their own models, they are modelers, and it's their hobby, and it's like it's playing. It's playing with toys that they've made themselves. And this has been, I mean, this whole model thing is aeronautic models, airplanes and stuff. This goes way, way back. I mean, the military wouldn't have had drones if there weren't people building planes back in the day. They wouldn't have got the idea until they, you know, as soon as they did, because flying drones have been have been here for a very, 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 very long time. But it has been a military secret for many, many years until America launched their big, crazy freaking hunters. You know what I'm talking. The white ones with the weird bulging head and the camera on the front, right? And then everybody's like, "Oh my god!" And that's a drone. This is a four-bladed helicopter, and this should be considered as a helicopter. It's not a drone. Get those two things sorted out. A drone doesn't have an operator, doesn't have a guy with a radio. A drone is set into motion by pressing enter on a computer, and then it has a specific program, and it will follow that program. That's a drone. This is not a drone. I'm sorry. But we all need to kind of start saying quadcopter. Don't ever call it a drone ever again. That's the thing. It's a quadcopter. I know why I say drone a lot. It's God, it's really hard to change, what you say and everything like that. I hope we can. I don't know, because it would make more sense calling this a quadcopter. Because you've got a bicopter as well, and you've got a helicopter, and this, yeah. But it's just silly. FPV is actually really, really safe. I say that flying in manual mode, line of sight, is probably one of the hardest things you can do in this hobby. It's taken me at least 5 years to be able to I can fly around and stuff, but I'm no quad mover. And then, and if you're in the hobby, you know who quad mover is. But that's insane. And getting the FPV camera and the goggles was a way for me to be able to enjoy manual flight with these craft at a very early age in the hobby, and that got me hooked. It just got me hooked. Just the whole idea that when you put your goggles on, you actually feel like you get shrunk down in size because of the camera lens. So you actually feel like you're sitting in this little cockpit flying around. And I can fly around my flowers. I can fly through my apple tree. I can do spins around. Nobody in this hobby flies up to 5,000 feet and doesn't dive there. I know people dive buildings, but normally airplanes and helicopters stay away from buildings or 9/11, right? Fucking hell, man. These regulations not needed. They're taking and destroying our hobby, and I'm really sad about it because it's going to spread everywhere. And we're a lot of thousands and thousands and thousands of people worldwide. If we pull together, we can pull this off. We can change. But we need to let the public know that we exist. Because right now we're just in our own little bubble of stuff. And we need to also talk about it in a way where normal people who are totally new, they don't even know this hobby exists. They don't even know what FPV is. All these generic terms that we don't explain them. They won't be able to stand up for us when the time comes and say that these laws are horrendous and this is going to be dangerous for my kid who's going to maybe buy a toy online, So let's talk about it in ways that the public can understand. It's very important. And that was one of the reasons why I took the approach of the kids, because basically young people want to get into this kind of stuff. This is their way into science and technology, because it's also a toy. You know what I mean? And if you can learn by playing, you learn really fast. And FAA, you should do the same. You should learn by playing, learn from your mistakes, retract the whole drone laws and legislations and everything. Let's get in, let's start communicating and make laws that actually make sense for everyone, for the public as well, not just for you. So you can do your job with your hands in your pockets or hands in somebody else's pockets. Okay? Because we all know what's going on and we're not stupid and we're actually getting organized now. And you're not going to know what's coming. It's not going to be anything bad. It's just you're not going to know what's coming. So you can't defend yourself. So let's get on with it. Watch XJets. Go out, watch, search for remote ID up in the top. Remember, if you make a video, in the tag section on YouTube Studio, put remote ID. That way you'll actually get into the algorithm much better. Yeah, and that's it for me. I'm gonna get on with my day, I guess. And I don't know if I'll go fly. I said that yesterday as well. I've got batteries that are charged up, but we're doing this now, right? So, yeah. Anyway, thank you very much for watching all this way. This was a bit of a long one. I tried to make it short, but I can't. Yeah. See you in the next one. Fly hard. Oh, but fly responsibly, you know.